Good morning, student. In our lesson number 2, sources of history. Dear student, a number of objects used by our ancestors still exist. Some inscriptions from the past have been recovered. Sources like this help us to understand our history. History can also be learned through customs and traditions, folk arts, folk literature, as well as historical documents. All these are known as sources of history. These are the three types: material resource, written source, and the oral sources. So, first one is material sources. Man uses a variety of things in his day-to-day life. They are known as the artifacts. Artifacts used by humans in past provide us valuable information about life in the ancient times. We can decide the period of ancient artifacts like earthen pots by studying the shape, colors and designing at the ancient posture. The ornament and other artifact through light on social interaction. We get information about diet of the people from the remain of food grains, seeds and bones of animals found in excavations. We find the remains of houses and buildings built in different historical periods. We also find ancient coins and seals. All these give us information about human activities in the past. All such articles, monuments, or their ruins are called the material sources of history. Dear students, food grains do not last long. They get easily infested and turn into powder. In ancient times, people used to roast food grain. Before grinding them, if a few grain got charred while roasting, they were thrown away. Such charred grains can remain intact for a very long period. During excavation, such charred grains can be recovered. When these are inspected in a laboratory, we come to know what grain it is. Now, these are the posted ornaments, earthen pots. These are the examples of material sources. Now next one is written sources. The Stone Age people have recorded many events and expressed their emotions in painting on rocks. It was only after thousands of years that man learned the art of writing. In the beginning, human beings used symbols and signs to record their thoughts and ideas. However, it took thousands of years for a script to develop from these. In the beginning, man wrote on posted, unbaked bricks using pointed objects. He also used the Brujapatra, it means tree barks, to write on. As his experiences and knowledge increased, he began to write in different ways. He began to record the events that took place around him. Account of the proceeding of royal courts were also written systematically. Many rulers had their orders, judicial decisions, donations, etc. inscribed on the stone or copper plates. Over a period of time, many forms of literature developed. They include books on religious and social subjects, plays, poetry, travelogues, and scientific works. All this literature help us to understand the history of the various historical periods. These sources are known as the written sources of history. Now next, the oral sources. Dear students, odes, folk songs, folk tales and similar literature is passed on from generation to generation by word or mouth. This literature is not in the written form, its author are unknown. This type of literature preserved by oral tradition forms the oral sources of history. The sources of ancient Indian history. The ancient period of Indian history extends from the Stone Age to the 8th century CE. We learn about the Stone Age period of Indian history through archaeological excavations. Since script had not developed at that time, no written sources are available. However, information about the ancient period from 1500 BC onwards can be derived from Vedic literature. In the beginning, the Vedas were not in the written form. The ancient Indians had developed the technique of memorizing and reciting them. The Vedas were written down later on. The Vedas and the post-Vedic literature form an important source of ancient Indian history. It includes the Brahmanas, the Upanishads, the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, the Jain and Buddhist literature, plays, poems, stone and pillar inscriptions, travelogues of foreign travelers, etc. We also learn about ancient Indian history through material sources like archaeological remains, ancient monuments and coins found in excavation. What precautions should we take while writing history? It is necessary to take precaution while using these sources to write history. A written document cannot be said to be authentic just because it is too old. It needs to be examined critically as to who wrote it, why and when it was written. The conclusion drawn on the basis of various genius documents have to be cross-checked and coordinate with one another. Such a critical analysis is very important in the writing of history. So in next period or next video, we will complete our question answers.